Hello and welcome to Film Seizure. My name is Chuck Moore. And with me, as always, are my co-hosts Jeff Arbuckle. Hi, Jeff.
Call me Cider Boy.
Call you Cider Boy? I would have called. Yeah, Cider Boy actually works.
I'm having one right now.
And then my other co-host, Lil Bit.
Little bit.
A little bit.
Little Bit.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I had to come up with something on the fly. That's Jason Oliver. If you didn't figure out what you haven't yet, we're talking about the 1983 Francis Ford Coppola coming of age picture called The Outsiders. This was a movie I watched very young, probably now watching it much younger than I should have. Like, I feel like it was on TV in 1984 and I watched it like a year.
I have a story about that one. I'll get to it, but yeah.
Finish. Oh, excellent.
Continue.
Excellent.
Sorry.
We'll get there.
Excellent. So
but
this was
your
like,
nostalgia might be similar to my nostalgia is all I'm saying. So go ahead.
yeah. Okay. Well, this is probably the first movie to make me cry. I'm guessing, or at least be really, really sad. Like, I remember strong emotions from a particular part of this film, but it was also like kind of jarring, obviously, because I was like 5 or 6 years old and there was violence, and I was like, holy shit. Like, what, how am I watching this thing right now that's just on TV? However, part of me thinks that like there was a TV edit that made it harm instead of killing one person. Like when they're around the fountain, when there was, I think it might have been injuring instead of killing, but I might be misremembering that because I didn't remember that they killed somebody, even though I saw this movie a lot when I was a kid. But I remembered loving it. I still pretty much love it. It's not as good a movie as I thought it was, but I like it a lot.
Yep.
And it has a lot of nostalgia for me. Jason, you have a story then you can share.
Sure. Yeah. So I honestly don't know if I've seen this movie since I was really little.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, I knew of it. I remembered it. I know that I've seen it, but I was almost like watching it for the first time. And recently Susan saw it on Broadway, like this year.
Oh,
earlier
cool.
this year, I saw it on Broadway, or maybe it was last year, but it was recent. So she was interested in watching it too because she was like comparing the versions, right? Which she said both, were very closely to each other in the book. But the fountain killing scene, she said it was more overt in the Broadway musical than it is in the movie, because she was like,
they actually
don't
show
really
it.
Show it, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So she was surprised by that. However, I solved a childhood mystery by watching this movie. It was crazy. I told Susan, I was like, oh my God. So the scene where Matt Dillon robs the grocery store, the convenience store or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the convenience store owner shoots him, and he stumbles into like the garbage cans and the sacks or whatever in the alleyway and makes the phone call. And then when he moves away, you see the blood on the sacks. That has been in my brain since I was a little kid, and I could never figure out what it was from.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
And you're
I always
welcome.
thought it was like a Dirty Harry movie or something, because I watched this movie with my dad, because I remember we were watching it, and I remember I was like so like scared by that, but I couldn't remember what the movie was or where it was from. And I don't know why I always had in my head like it was a Charlie Bronson movie, but it wasn't. It was totally this movie. And I felt like this huge weight lift off my shoulders.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
There were two mysteries from my childhood of movies, and this was the last one to be unlocked. And I was like, oh my God, yes, it was The Outsiders. Yeah.
That's amazing. I wish my memory was that good where I had like mysteries like that. I think it would be like a thing where it would just come flooding back for me.
Clearly,
like
my memory wasn't that good, because I thought it was a Charles Bronson movie. And But I would always think, why would I be watching a Charles Bronson movie with my dad? Right?
Wow. I mean, it's
The coolest thing I ever watched with my dad was Halloween.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, it'd be pretty dang cool if you watched a Charlie Bronson movie with him. Anyway,
it would be. But anyway, I agree with you, Chuck. I think this is a good movie, not a great movie. It gets a little corny here and there and around the edges, but it's nice, and it would make a great like double billing with Stand By Me for like a young boy, of age 12 or something.
I did think of Stand By Me a lot while I was watching this, actually.
Me too.
yeah, I was too. So here's my kind of history with the movie. I saw it too when I was a kid. The stuff that always stuck with me was the image of the park, like with that fountain and when like the playground,
Oh, yeah.
That's always the part that I remember. It's like, yeah, there's a park scene, it's a pretty important scene.
Yeah, a couple of them, actually.
A couple of them, yeah. But I probably hadn't seen this movie since the 90s. Probably going back and watching like Tom Cruise movies or something, it's like,
Catching up on stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, I know I'd seen it a couple of times, probably hadn't seen it then. One thing I will say is that this is an amazing cast.
Yeah.
Every single person in this movie is interesting. I mean, Matt Dillon is a force of nature in pretty much every scene that he's in. But I can see why C. Thomas Howell was on a trajectory to be a huge star until Soul Man.
I think so to a degree. He was good, but Ralph Macchio was great.
Ralph Macchio is really good.
Yeah.
He's fantastic in this.
Yeah. And then you still have like people who are still doing stuff today. It's like you have, obviously Tom Cruise, but then you have like Rob Lowe, who's just kind of comes in and out of this movie.
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez was the one I was most impressed with, honestly, because I was like,
good.
He's really good. And it's like, these all feel like real people. Mm. That said, I will say that some of the parts are not greater than the parts themselves for me.
Yeah.
It's a really, really melodramatic movie.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not ready for it, it's not a real great watch. But I will say it's a good watch, but not a great watch. I want to
talk a little bit about that because you watched the original theatrical cut, correct?
Oh yeah, and it is way more melodramatic than I assume what you guys saw.
Yeah. So Chuck and I watched the entire novel. I think is what it's called, right?
Complete
novel.
Yeah, the complete novel. And the story here is that Francis Ford Coppola wasn't happy with his father Carmine's score for the movie, which I can
doesn't fit.
Okay, there we go. Which I can only assume are variations of a theme on Stay Gold, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's very flowery. It's very like, if this was a movie about teenage girls, I mean, I hate to break it down like that, but if it was a movie about teenage girls, the score would have fit.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit for, I mean, like, yes, these kids are not really what society thinks they are, but they're not that soft.
How much Elvis do you hear in the...
None.
Sorry.
All I hear is Gloria.
Yeah.
No, there's two songs, Stay Gold and Gloria.
Yeah.
So that's even the fight is melodramatic.
Yes. And every scene is
so good in this. So good in this
man.
every scene in which they go inside someplace, I started to think it's like, is somebody fucking with me here?
Yeah.
It is Gloria. Yeah. Every scene.
That's not good.
And then they play Stay Gold twice, which I think Stay Gold is a fine song.
It's fine.
I mean, it's Stevie Wonder
Susan didn't
being
like
Stevie
it.
Wonder. Man, but
Stay Gold was also written by Carmine Coppola.
Well, sure, but like I'm guessing it was all written as a suite. But like, I cannot believe how many times I heard
That's hilarious.
It's like it's like, don't make me hate the song. The song rocks. Don't make me hate it, movie, because I cannot believe it is playing on the radio this
Then
often.
you should watch, because I think just the soundtrack changes alone would probably give you a half star.
Bingo.
like,
That's why I brought it up
maybe.
now, because of what you're saying about the melodrama. It's still melodramatic, but I think it takes a lot of the saccharine off of it.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
with the new
I had
soundtrack.
teeth ache. I had my teeth were aching last night.
Because
when I was
man, I
watching
mean, it is other than Stay Gold at the beginning and maybe at the end credits, Chuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
plays
played
at the end.
again.
The rest of the score, it's not there. It is all period appropriate music. Gloria once,
Yep.
and like a ton of fucking rad surf rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surf rock and a lot of Elvis.
A lot of Elvis. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, and it really just felt right.
And that matches like, leather jacket, greaser.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Gloria does not fit those guys.
Maybe a little, but not a lot.
It was just on the
really,
radio
yeah,
that one time though, and
Oh my god, it's on the radio five
they were
times
in
in the
town.
original
I think
version.
it was like a
Yeah.
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 It's
The first time. It's the first
it wasn't
time.
even
Yes,
about
yeah.
Cherry, which it should be about Cherry Valance or whatever.
Right.
The only
It
time
should be about her.
Susan commented
Yeah.
about the music, this was interesting. The only time she commented on music is she does not like the song "Stay Gold," and she did not like the choice of music for the kind of romantic scene between Pony Boy and Cherry, like going into the Rumble. She
I can't
didn't
remember what
she didn't like
song
the
even
music there.
played
It was a
then.
little surfy. It felt maybe a little like not right. Maybe there should have been a little bit more of the Gloria
Melodramatic.
type, like theme. But
That whole romance felt half baked anyway.
totally.
Yeah. I mean, it's there to serve a purpose of like the idea that like, hey, some of these guys aren't what you think they are on both sides of town.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's a really
but that
great
they are
line
also
that,
and they're also like stuck in these modes because of outside pressure.
There's, I think, an understanding between the two that they see it and the rest of them don't, right?
Right.
And
they
that-
can't
and that
and
draws
they can't
them
convince
together.
and they can't convince anybody else outside of this.
They
duo
know that they're
that they're
doomed.
more than that. Yeah.
Even less so, or even maybe even more so than Emilio Estevez. Is he 2-bit? Because he's like, I don't even know. I asked for a number.
Yeah, right. Well, so that brings up the other one question I have about the characters that I was hoping maybe you guys could help me sort out. So,
Oh, one sec. I want to close the loop real quick on the Carmine Coppola thing.
yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, I just remember this, and it's kind of important. The reason why we have the entire complete novel, or whatever it's called, is because Carmine Coppola died. He didn't want to change the score, and he couldn't tell his dad and from the start that he felt the score music was wrong. So he didn't recut the movie with the new music until his dad died. Because then he felt like, well, I'm not going to hurt his feelings.
Right.
I think
he
that's
doesn't
kinda
have
sweet,
feelings
right?
anymore.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's like that bird in next week's cigar box. They can't see
But
or
he said
feel
from
anything
the
anymore.
start he always cringed, and he didn't know how to have the conversation.
Yeah. It's a
Pretty
very
sad for the guy who made The Godfather and The
Yeah.
Godfather 2. And like, you can't tell your dad, like, this doesn't fit my movie. I've won a
Yeah.
fucking Oscar. Dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
well,
Couldn't do
and
it for some reason.
I mean, his brain was broken after Apocalypse Now, so
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
maybe-
Probably didn't have
maybe-
many fights left in him.
no.
Yeah, he's like, I got to keep my family.
So, right, exactly. It's all I got left.
That's all I got left.
I don't have any money left.
Speaking
Anyway,
of, did you see Sophia in this?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, that she stands out.
yeah, she does. Susan was like, "Ooh, not a good looking child."
Poor Sophia.
So here's my big question. So it's like my understanding is that 2-Bit, Pony Boy, and Johnny are all roughly somewhere between 14 and 16, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And then my thinking was that Dallas, Steve, and Soda Pop were something like 17, 18.
Well, they had to be at least 18 because they could go to bars.
And Soda Pop was a dropout. He was, I think, the same age as Cherry, and they seemed to me to be either junior or senior in high school. So yes, that tracks.
Okay. And it seemed as though Tom Cruise was either fresh out of school or because he was seemingly he was part of the older.
I would have put him like probably the same age as the second brother, like as Soda Pop.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
But it's hard to say if he was in school or not.
Well, he was working at the gas station that morning, so
So probably,
I don't know. Yeah, and then you got,
but it could be a dropout.
And then Daryl is probably like 21, and Dal is probably around that age too.
Dally and Derry, by the way,
it confused me the whole movie.
Right?
Like, stop.
So you think that Dallas is older than I think he is? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But okay, so there's basically what you're seeing is kind of
I think Dallas. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I'm getting at is that I feel like there's like, you can see generational differences between these groups of kids.
Yeah.
Generational is being very loose because they're only a couple of years apart.
Well,
but
Susan said,
but it feels as though that the younger ones are trying to fight against becoming like the older ones.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. But then the oldest one
is like the most level-headed of them all.
He's graduated out or is trying.
He's right.
They basically say, he would have been a Soc if it weren't for us, Yeah.
He would becoming a Soc if it weren't for us. Yes, he would now. Yeah.
What Susan said, I don't know. I can't remember if she said she read the novel or not, but she said that Johnny is supposed to be older than Ponyboy, but they definitely don't play or look that way.
They seem like they're from the same class.
Wait, no. Ponyboy is 16. Sorry if I missed that question. Or no, Johnny is like 16. Ponyboy is 14.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't
I'm
feel
agreeing.
like that in this. If anything, it feels like the opposite.
Really, I see Johnny as seeming older.
I think Johnny just looks younger.
Well, I think Ralph
he's not as
Macchio's
sophisticated.
Ralph Macchio
still looks young.
Yeah, that's true. He does. Like, those microplastics are doing its job.
But he's definitely the older friend. He's definitely the older friend of Ponyboy's, who's younger than all the other guys.
Yeah,
right. Like Johnny is still younger than all
and
the
it does
guys.
raise a question about Dallas because Dallas seems to gravitate to the two of them, and obviously helps them. He goes out of his way to help them. So,
but I also think he is a bad influence, though.
He is. So it could be the classic case of like the older kid who all of the kids his age don't want to hang out with.
Don't want to do what he wants to do. He wants to break the law. He wants to do dumb shit.
So he's trying to influence other kids younger than him to
he's emotionally younger. Yeah. He's emotionally the same age as those guys.
There you go. That's the better way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
His emotional intelligence is lower. Yeah.
Because
maturity is lower.
Because honestly, I mean, like, okay, don't take this as mean as I'm going to say it, but in the very near future, it's going to be good that Dallas isn't around anymore for these characters. Let's just put it that way.
Well, only one of them really.
The rest of them didn't matter. It didn't need him around anyway. So it's like, but it's good that like Ponyboy, I think, honestly, is going to have a fantastic life.
I hope so.
I mean, that's my headcanon.
I hope he stays gold.
I think he's going to stay gold.
He's going to be the writer from Stand By Me.
Yeah, he's totally.
In my opinion,
it's going to turn into Richard Dreyfuss, and that's not a good thing. It is a good thing for a little while, and then it's not a good thing.
Well, he'll have his opus, and then he has his money, whatever.
But then he's going to get crazy,
insane. Yeah.
That's what happens when you compare scars with Robert Shaw.
With Robert Shaw, yeah.
You go crazy.
You get new scars.
Ones you can't see.
They take time to grow.
Yep.
All right. Chuck.
Oh, well, you said it right. Away. I thought you were going to.
No, you're going to do it. It's your movie.
Okay, so we have the characters that we already talked about. 3 Curtis boys, Daryl, Dairy, Soda Pop, Soda, and Pony Boy.
Who for some reason goes by Chick. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody else has a nickname that's close to what their name is.
Yeah, why did Daryl get the normal name and then the dad named Soda Pop Soda?
The mom gave up. Probably
gave up.
The mom gave up. It's like
you could only fight for the firstborn. Yeah, you could be right about that.
Yeah, and certainly gave up when that train was coming.
A dad or something. Yeah, or a beloved grandfather.
It certainly gave up once the train was coming. It's like, I'm done. Let's move on.
Well, yeah. There won't be a 4th Curtis brother.
Speaking of the train, the
7-Up never got born.
The Curtis parents passed away, so leaving Dairy as the oldest child, but also the conservator, or he takes care of the other boys. Soda Pop is old enough now that he can probably do whatever the fuck he wants, right? I'm guessing he could move out.
He's basically emancipated. He's got a job. Yeah.
He said he's going to get engaged as soon as Pony Boy's older.
And yeah, he's got a job. He seems to want to be like Daryl. I think they work at the same place, even. I think, don't they?
Yes, I think so, because they leave together a couple times.
He works at the he's a gas attendant, pumps gas. Works at the service station. Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know if we ever see Daryl there.
I was kind of wondering what Daryl did.
Oh, no. You know what? Daryl does something else because he has a tool belt when he leaves that one morning. He must just drop
construction or contractor.
He must just drop Soda off or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But they work hard. They work hard, and they are kind of working for Pony Boy. They are not just working for Pony Boy, but they want to make sure to keep Pony Boy protected under the house. They don't want to lose custody of him.
Right.
Especially Daryl, super protective of him, because he knows one big fuck up and you can end up in a boys' home, is essentially, what he says. And they also talk about how they can, they want to put him through college because they recognize he's got a brain, right?
Yes.
He maybe he's our, Will Wheaton from Stand By Me.
He's going to be the one that gets out.
Yep.
Of the neighborhood.
And he's already going to have it hard because he's on the poor side of town.
Right.
He's already hanging out with the greasers. He doesn't have parents to really guide him. Daryl's got to do all of that.
There's a sad part of it too, because it feels and sounds like Daryl was pretty smart too and was in college and had to drop out after their parents died. Right. So he's been through some shit, and sometimes he doesn't articulate himself as well, and he gets angry because of how protective he is. Yeah. It's a good performance by Patrick Swayze.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
So you have those 3 boys, and the story is technically about Pony Boy and in part Johnny, right? It's about those 2 together, but mostly about Pony Boy. And Pony Boy is at the movies watching a Robert Redford film. I forget which film. The Hustler. Thank you.
And then a Gidget film was the second bill. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Gidget. But Pony Boy is leaving that film and walking home, which for someone his age, being around the city and away from his area of town is dangerous for him, because that's where the socias are.
Yeah.
And what would a if you say it in full, just a
socialite.
Socialite.
Yeah, I had to ask Susan the same thing, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. No, it essentially what we would call preppies in our day.
Exactly. Like Ivy Leagues or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
They're the rich kids.
They're the rich kids, and apparently they're way more violent than I would expect them to be, because
they certainly drink more.
Holy cow.
I mean, Leif Garrett is going to fucking town.
I mean, this fucking tracks, though. It's like,
Well, yeah. No, they're a bunch of frat guys. You know,
I'm pretty sure I got chased by some of these guys through a park once when I was out at night.
Did you have your knife on you? I mean,
No, I don't carry knives.
the
so
coolest
everyone
kids
fights fair.
were always like the pothead deadbeat guys, man.
they're going to leave you alone, or
Absolutely.
you know, they engage when you engage. That's
like
it.
the
you
blue
know?
collar guys were always the cooler guys when I was growing up. It was always the
popular kids were just the
popular
fucking
kids.
worst.
Yep.
Yeah.
The jocks.
100%. Yep. The jocks. Yep.
Although I will say in our class, we had one like little really super nerdy kid he had some like health issues. So he was like smaller, he was like skin, and he had like really big, thick glasses or whatever. It was not me, but it was some other kid. And
No, but I used to take him and beat the shit out of him.
I beat the shit out of him in the bathroom.
John Oliver joke right there.
Yeah.
It was not me.
You're right. But anyway, when he was getting like, I think we were like juniors. I think we were juniors this year. It was either junior or senior year. Somebody from the grade below us was picking on him, and like our big football jock kid, like went to fucking bat for our nerd. It's like, you don't fucking talk to this kid, and like beat the shit out of somebody that was younger than that. Just because they were picking on the older nerd from our class. You know, he is ours.
Yes, we
pick on him.
funny. So yeah, Ponyboy is walking home from the movie, and a bunch of Socias find him and start chasing him till he gets close to or right outside his own home. And as they're getting ready to beat his ass, the rest of the crew come out and kind of chase him off. That's where we meet everybody basically. Dallas is it Dallas? Yes. Dallas has just gotten out of jail. He had like a 6-month sentence and he got out early or something like that. Tom Cruise is seemingly just here to flip off cars every time he sees one, like jump on a car
and do backflip. Do backflips. Yeah.
Not like
I thought you meant flip off.
I knew I had to clarify. He looks so weird. His mouth looks so like, I wonder if he got his teeth.
I think that might have been a mouthpiece
Prosthetic. Okay.
Yeah, but apparently he was a real pill on set. Like he thought very highly of himself and didn't want to have a roommate on location, and was always trying to upstage the other guys, like by doing backflips and shit. Yeah.
Which is funny because like his first movie, Endless Love, like he was one of the guys who there's a whole story about
Is that Brooke Shields?
Yes, and the guy in that was like, the guy they picked was horrible, but he was one of like 5,000 young actors that they tried, Tom Cruise being one of them. They gave Tom Cruise a small bit part, and he fucking runs circles around the guy because he's fucking Tom Cruise and he's a better actor anyway. But I'm guessing between that and Taps, he got a little bit of a head. He
did. He got a little bit of a head, and
because Taps is a really good movie too.
but unfortunately for him, he came toe to toe with a really good casting agent for this movie and a lot of really good actors that were just starting out, and they didn't really like his attitude too much.
And I wonder how much Emilio Estevez had to do with knowing like Matt Dillon from Tex the year before and blah blah blah.
It's hard to say. I know the list of actors who auditioned and didn't get the role is like legendary.
Really?
Yeah. I know Sean
Is
Penn
Eric Stoltz one of them?
Probably. Sean Penn was in that list.
It's crazy to me that while you're looking that up, the year before this,
Timothy Hutton, Sean Penn, Mickey Rourke, Robert Downey Jr., Anthony Michael Hall, Scott Baio, and Dennis Quaid all auditioned for roles but were not.
Dennis Quaid is one of the only few in that list that I could really see being in this.
I mean,
Timothy Hutton was already an Oscar winner.
Those are like big heavy hitters. Who?
Timothy Hutton won an Oscar in 1980, so he was turned down as an Oscar winner.
I just don't see him as like a greaser or something. I guess he could have been one of the socials.
I mean, Mickey Rourke could have done it for sure. Sean Penn probably looked like too much like Spicoli in people's minds.
Yeah.
Although, what year was that?
82.
It was,
It would have been fresh in people's minds, so I get it. Yeah.
but the year before, Matt Dillon and I can't remember his name. All of a sudden, Emilio Estevez were in another S.E. Hinton based novel movie called Tex.
Oh,
Just
Tex.
kind of weird.
And then Coppola did Rumblefish like right after this, right?
I think so. Yeah.
They all came. Yeah, well, that I'm sure had something to do with it, Chuck, for sure. Yeah.
Basically,
I didn't realize Tex came before Outsiders. Interesting.
Yep.
Was Diane Keaton? Not Diane Keaton.
Meg
Diane
Tilly.
Lane, was she in Tex also, or she was in Rumblefish?
Rumblefish.
Okay. All right. God, she had quite a run to begin her career. She had Ladies and Gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains in 1982. Then she had this and Rumblefish in 83. And then Streets of Fire in 84. And man, she's just like ethereally beautiful in all of them.
It's not until the next movie that Tom Cruise rockets to fucking the moon with Risky Business.
Risky Business, yeah.
Pretty good, pretty fun movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Risky
fun.
Business? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, we should do it someday.
Probably. Yeah, we probably should.
All right.
But no, speaking of Timothy Hutton, Sean Penn, Tom Cruise, they're all in Taps together.
Uh-huh. Yep. Bingo.
Yeah. So I guess they just traveled around together, landed in movies until it like jumbled up and, like shuffled into
That
different
seemed to
movies.
happen a lot in the 80s with like groups of actors would like just show up in things together. Like,
because you also had the Brat Pack.
Yeah, well, this was kind of the beginning forming of the Brat Pack a little bit. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because Lowe was in the Brat Pack, right?
And Estevez.
Lowe and Estevez.
And Estevez, yeah.
And then, these are kind of like some orbiters here. Yeah.
Well, Patrick Swayze kind of marked out
Timothy
of it
Hutton
pretty
never
quickly.
gets like mentioned as part of the Brat Pack, but he's definitely an orbiter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because when is St. Elmo's Fire? That's right after this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, 85. Okay, so not long after. Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, Judd Nelson, Andrew McCarthy. That's the Brat Pack.
Yeah. Anthony
I was about to sing St. Elmo's Fire, but I can't remember the words. Take a look at the highest mountain. All you need is a pair of wheels.
Oh, God. Susan and I watched that recently, and
Something, St. Elmo's Fire.
I kind of almost hated it as much as I hated.
Is that hate burning in you?
Yes. The other movie we did that I had a very strong reaction to.
Oh, The Big Chill?
Big Chill, yeah. Well, it was
I
kind of
didn't
like
think you hated The Big Chill. You
I
just
did not
didn't
like it.
No,
I did not
you
care
didn't
for
like
it. And I did not care for St. Elmo's Fire. And it's kind of like it was sort of like the right before, right, of Big Chill, because you had St. Elmo's Fire was kind of about like being 30. And then you had the Big Chill was kind of about being like 40 maybe. Yeah.
This is 40.
Yeah.
No, St. Elmo's Fire is about 20 somethings.
Yeah. Well, they're like just out of college.
Right.
Or late 20s, maybe. Yeah.
No, recent.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
it's
We had to wait for the TV shows.
It's quarter life crisis
Yeah.
and midlife crisis.
It's everybody going out and getting blasted drunk every night before they actually have to do something. And then they're lamenting not being young and dumb anymore.
Right. But then let's get back to coming of age.
Yeah, let's go a little earlier. Let's go a little earlier and talk about the actual movie we're talking about here.
I mean,
it's interesting because the cast is just so robust. It's like you can't help but go down these rabbit holes. But yeah, let's do it.
Ponyboy gets home. His friends rescue him. I don't even know what. I guess next Dallas is like, "Hey boys, you want to go break the law with me? Let's go do something
some
bad."
crimes.
He wants to take him to a movie, though. Really,
That's what the crime is. They break into the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So they roll under the fence.
They chase some little kids.
They chase it. Yeah, what are you doing in my grass? Give me those cards. You ever play
52 pickup? 52 pickup.
And they all knew what it was. He's like, "Don't you talk like that to me." It's pretty funny stuff. Like Matt Dillon is very Matt Dillon in this.
Oh, God.
He's so Matt Dillon.
So Matt Dillon.
So Matt Dillon. Like pre-threesome, he changed after Wild Things. I'm joking. Threesomes change a man.
I'm just
Look at Matt Dillon.
I just recently watched Singles, and he's like so ridiculous.
Oh my God. I love Singles.
I watched that on Criterion like last year, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
you know something else that changes a man when you get the beans above the frank.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
Oh, is that what you want to marry? A farter?
I'm turning my mic
now.
I'm turning my mic off. You guys go at your own pace here. I can't even get into the goddamn theater.
Let's go.
I'm stuck under the fence.
We've
Oh,
left
your
you
shirt's
behind.
caught, dude. You got to leave it behind. You got it. To Kill a Mockingbird. That T-shirt is gone.
Was anyone from this into Kill a Mockingbird? Sorry to get you mid-drink there, Jason.
Got me. All right, drive it.
No, but Gregory Peck's grandson is Spock currently, so that's.
No, thanks for that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm done. Let's go.
Holy shit! I'm never gonna eat dinner tonight.
No, you're not.
Beach blanket bingo, I believe, is what's playing.
Yes,
Frankie and I was
what we're having for dinner.
Beans and Franks.
Oh no.
Okay, yes, it is beach blanket bingo is playing, but the important part here is they end up sitting behind Cherry Valance and her friend who just had a fight with her boyfriend, which is actually Leif Garrett, right? Or
Yes.
Yeah, Leif Garrett.
Yes.
Leif Garrett's been drinking and being an
Sounds
idiot.
like a Viking name.
It is very Viking. I always think he's older in my mind whenever I hear his name. It just seems like he'd be old.
Yeah, it's a weird role for him too, because I always picture him as like a skateboarder.
No, I mean he was a '70s like heartthrob.
Yeah,
but he had long hair and let the chest out. So he wasn't like a Soc.
like a surfer guy. Yeah, he wasn't a Soc. She was like the least farthest away you could get.
He might be the guy the blue collar guy we like that surfs and smokes weed on the beach or whatever. Definitely. But anyway. He's not even a heartthrob in this, which is kind of funny.
Nope.
No, he's just a dick.
Yeah, he's just a drinking dick, and he's pissed Cherry off. So she goes and sits in the actual like seating instead of in the car, which Dallas, Ponyboy, and Johnny end up behind him. Mm-hmm. Dallas is being his regular old dicky Dallas self, pissing Cherry Valance off, and Cherry's cool because she like stands up for herself to him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they even
make the comment that it's like, he's never had somebody talk to him like the way you did.
Right. And this is where I think Johnny even shows he's an older, a little bit more mature than Ponyboy because he's willing to speak up too.
Yeah, he's like,
hey man, don't talk to her. Yeah. Don't talk to her like that. Where Ponyboy is just like, I would never. Right. Like, I would never do that. I don't have the balls to do that.
Well, I mean, Johnny may not seem like it, but he is a lot tougher than you'd expect.
Yes.
I mean, he's not quite as quick on the draw with the switchblade as say 2-Bit is, but he will talk the game and he will rumble if need be.
Yes, he's not the romantic that Ponyboy is at all.
Right.
He's
got a tough. We find out later is because he's got a tough home life. He's got a, it's not good for him.
Yeah.
No, he's always trying to escape his home.
Yeah.
So anyways, eventually Dallas, God damn it. Dallas leaves. And that's when the girls are like, why don't you come up here and like,
sit with us.
Protect us if that guy comes back or anyone else.
Yeah, because it's her friend Marcia that's like, hey, why don't you guys sit with us?
Yeah, Marcia. And then Soda Pop comes back, and then this character who he's so undercooked, I don't even know what his purpose is. I think his name is Tim. He's like, is
oh yeah,
Dallas here? I'm gonna kick his ass. right? And they're like, no, he left, right? He left.
Yeah, yeah.
But then Tim
Two-Bit
fucks
kind
off.
of scared him off, I guess, I think, or something, right? I mean,
He was like, they're not here. And he's like, yeah, get out of here. So he leaves. And then Two-Bit's like, does Dallas have a knife? And they're like, no. And he's like, okay, Tim will fight fair. So I think like something happens after this that we don't see with that character, because he shows up later on a couch and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then he shows up at the hospital and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, I don't understand this character
yeah, I don't
at all.
yeah.
But what really happens
Is he the? No, I think I know what he is, because they end up having like, okay, wait a minute.
he's on their
At
side.
the end,
at the fight.
at the end, they bring in the other gang of greasers to fight with them on their turf.
Yeah.
So he must be the leader of that group.
Yeah, which is not really well fleshed out. We don't even know that there's really another greaser group.
No.
Well, yeah, because the only thing that we get an idea of that there's another greaser group is when they're at Dairy Queen.
Yes.
And Two-Bit has these two other guys that are like watching after Pony Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then
Yes.
it looks like they would just be there. Not like a rival gang, just other greasers.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were there, and they're like, yeah,
They're egging each other on.
Yeah, they're the South Side groups or whatever you want to call them, right?
They know that they're each other's people, and they're going to be like, all right, I will stick around and fuck with these socias while those two guys have a conversation in the car.
But they probably fight over stuff like the parking meters that they steal money, like that kind
Right,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
my
hey,
street. That's my street. You're
that's
taking
that's my bench at the park.
But I bet they
you're on
still
our
get
bench.
together every month and have a big like party,
Fight.
right?
Yeah.
Or fight.
But they probably
it's a
wrestle.
party
They
that
probably
turns into
wrestle.
a fight.
Right? Yeah. And then they all leave and they laugh and they, probably go make out behind the bar.
And they talk about next time they meet. They talk about the fight they had and how great it was, and then it starts another fight.
Another fight.
Yes, and then they fight about who won the fight,
Yes,
You're right.
which starts another fight.
This is exactly right. Yes,
And they're all sharing beers.
Talking about.
Yeah, they're all sharing beers in the middle.
17-year-old high school girl. She knew it. She had her finger to the pulse.
She must have been I wonder if she was a little bit of a Cherry Valance, like in real life.
I get that sense.
I get that impression because she's in the movie,
Oh, really?
She's Dallas's nurse that he yells to get out of the room. I could see her being, kind of the girl next door, the cute girl next door type.
Yeah, because she consulted on this too. I know that.
On the
she was
script as
around.
well.
Yeah.
I told Susan, I said, it's pretty incredible that 17-year-old high school girl wrote this movie, but on the other hand, it's like it's not that difficult to write teenage boys.
No,
you're
you just
young and
gotta
dumb.
make them. You just gotta make them angry.
It's like, yes, you're right, correct. It would be much more difficult for a 17-year-old boy to write teenage girls.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
It would be.
I mean, it would just evolve into a bunch of like, nightgown pillow fights. It wouldn't be fights in the park. It would be pillow fights in your nightgowns.
You'd have the down gang, which is
You're right, exactly.
They have the down pillows and
and the foam pillows.
Yeah, the
so
foam,
funny.
the memory foam.
I mean,
honestly,
but
the
the truth
restraint of
is
this
that's
movie, though.
exactly what happens at girls' parties.
Yes.
I've been told. I've been seeing this in movies all my life. I know how to do this. I know how to do
frozen
this.
panties.
Exactly.
The restraint, though, to not have like multiple boys really fight over Cherry, like they kind of do, but it's not overly dramatic or over the top, right? It's pretty astounding for
Someone dies because of it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, but like
That's fair.
But
I
like
guess that is pretty dramatic.
Dallas doesn't get mad that the other three guys like her, though. I mean, I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at, though.
I stand corrected, though. I do.
Yeah, right. Leif Garrett's fucking dead in the park.
And I haven't read the book. Full disclosure, so I don't know. But yeah.
But like there is like all of the greasers think she's just the bee's knees.
I mean, she's dying.
And none of them get mad at the other for liking. It's like they all understand. It's like, yeah, dude, I get it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, where the hell are we?
Okay, so they're walking home from the movie with Cherry and Marcia.
Yeah.
And then the Leif Garrett gang pulls up. And I think
They got like Viking horns on.
Yeah.
They're drinking beer out of big like barrels or horns.
They've got just a gigantic like fucking Viking boat float from like the parade. That's what they drive around in.
They're like skull and blowhorn as they come in.
And there's a super like ornate like lady on the front of the Viking boat.
Oh my god, we are never gonna fucking finish this movie.
Go.
Okay, so the Leaf Garrett gang comes in and they start threatening the boys, which we found out earlier that Johnny Cade, prior to Ponyboy getting accosted, got beat up pretty bad. Got a scar on his face, and he was talking about a guy with a ring. And I think in this scene or at the park coming up, he sees the guy with the ring. He's like, the guy with the ring, the guy with the ring. And Milo Estevez or Soda Pop's like, or not Soda Pop, 2-Bit. It's like, I want to fight. So he spins around. This is actually a pretty cool move. Breaks a bottle on the glass, hands it to Ponyboy, and then spins around and opens his blade. And he's like, let's go. And the guys are like, have the girls come with us and we're good. So the girls go with him. Just to keep the peace, really. Right. And Cherry's like, I kind of like you, Ponyboy.
I hate fighting.
I hate fighting. I kind of like you, Ponyboy. I hope I never see Dallas again, or I might fall in love with him.
Yeah.
And she also
don't say hello to you when I see
understand.
you in the halls of school next Monday or whatever. You understand. Yeah.
A real Breakfast Club moment.
It is very
here
much.
with yes. Pre-Breakfast Club.
Yep.
Yeah. But they leave. Ponyboy and Johnny go to the park that they hang out at, light a fire, or hanging out on a couch, talking about how life sucks and they need to get out of here and blah, blah, blah. And they pass out.
Well, they leave because they can't go back home to Johnny's because his parents are fighting. And he's like, I'll stay with you. Let's go to the park. We'll hang out there.
Well, it's important, I think, to mention that Ponyboy does go home eventually.
It hasn't yet. I was going to say.
You're right. You're right. They do hang out for a while. You're right. I'm sorry.
They pass out there, and he wakes up, and that's when Ponyboy's like, fuck, I got to go home because Derry is going to be really mad at me. Yeah. So he goes home, and Derry has kind of he goes over the top as someone who is protective, gets, I don't want to make excuses for him, but it's like accidental violence because he's angry at him because he could have gotten hurt.
He became a father overnight in a way, right? Yeah,
and it's not to a baby; it's to a fully grown teenager.
He has no idea how to go from being older brother, to being a parent. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
But he does get violent unnecessarily and kind of pushes Ponyboy. Ponyboy said he punched him. I didn't see it that way. But
no, I didn't see it.
I have to believe the victim in this case.
Yeah. Well, we saw it with our own eyes.
Well, I definitely looked like he shoved him, and maybe it was
shoves him
hands to the face situation.
I believe
illegal
also,
hands to the face.
Yeah. And I would certainly say that I think doesn't Soda Pop get in between them?
I think so.
He tries to, and then because
in this dynamic, this is important too, is that Soda Pop and Ponyboy are very close, right? The middle.
Yes, they share a bed.
They share a bed. Soda is just very kind and loving to Ponyboy.
I think he has the emotional tendencies that Ponyboy does. He's just not as smart.
Yeah.
Not like he's a dumb guy, but he's emotionally in tune.
Yes, he's very empathetic. Yes. Yeah. And then you've got Derry, who is the oldest, who doesn't feel like he has to worry about Soda, but he worries too much about Ponyboy. And and Soda always feels like he's in the middle, right? He doesn't know how to be the mediator
because he understands his older brother's plight.
He understands both sides because he's the mediator.
Well, he's the middle brother.
Yeah, but he doesn't. But he's not comfortable, trying to be that. He just wants them all to get along, right?
He wants to be the middle child. He probably wants to be left alone. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
but
again, you're right. I mean, he is thrust into a new dynamic.
He also does not get to live his teenage years the way he probably should have. None of them do.
None of them do.
Right.
None of them do. Yeah. They're all struggling. They're all dealing with a lot of trauma. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And so Ponyboy does run away. He runs back to the park. He wakes up Johnny. They run off and go have a cigarette on top of monkey bars or that archway, whatever you call that thing. And this is when the Socs find them again. And they're even drunker and meaner now. And things escalate to the point where they're
pretty menacing seeing that car creep too.
Yes, in the background. There's lots of good menacing car creeping in this movie. Like that car
diopters too.
Yeah, yes. Yes. So the boys come up, the Socs, the Leif Garrett gang, and they start drowning. Not drowning. I don't think they're going to drown him. I think it goes a little farther than it needs to up to this point. But then Johnny starts, internalizing this. He's probably like, well, they beat the fuck out of me and they almost, they sent me to the hospital.
He already has like PTSD layered on PTSD. Let's be
from his parents, from this,
and from getting
this group
like beaten up with the ring and everything. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So he takes matters into his own hand, and we don't really see it. All we know is the next time everyone is there is Johnny is sitting against the fountain. There's a guy laying there dead.
Yeah.
And Ponyboy is coming too.
Soundtracked to Out of Limits by the Marquettes. Like, Jeff, if there's one reason to go back and watch this again, is to watch this scene.
And the fight.
And the fight at the end with the new music. It is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, it's very good. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So they do the one thing they know to do, which is go to the worst person not the worst person in the world, but the worst person they know that would probably know what to do.
Know how to do. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
we all have somebody we know. It's like, that guy sucks, but he would know how to get me out of this scenario.
Yes. Yes. He's probably killed a man and done,
Although I would say that not a bad person in our lives, but Jason, you know who to go to if you need to bury a dead body.
I know. I said this for years. I don't know if I would still get the same treatment because I haven't seen him in so long, and I feel bad about that. But yeah, totally.
Yep.
Totally. Fucking Joey, man.
Yep.
I saw Joey yesterday.
Did you? Oh man, tell him I'm thinking about him. I miss Joey.
I will do that. I didn't actually talk to him when I saw him yesterday, but I have talked to him recently. What was I going to say? I thought you were going to talk about burying a fridge 6 feet underground and then putting it whatever
peacock and butter,
a peacock
butter
on
and peacocks. Yeah.
I mean, the plan is not too far off from that.
Yeah, I wonder how much.
For that.
I must have been drinking a lot when I came up with that idea, though.
I don't know. It kind of snowballed, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every layer you get like, what the fuck is this? And then they just give up.
Well, if that'll work, then why don't we just get a peacock to like get the butter? It made no sense.
It's the old lady and the fly, like.
Yep.
Yes. Exactly.
Yep.
Sorry, listeners, for having to deal with whatever that was.
Oh, no, that's fine. They need to know sometimes how to get rid of a dead body.
That's true.
We didn't really tell them, but
no.
But you know where to go to, listeners. If you
yes, yeah, give us
contact us and ask for Joey's information.
Yes,
and or Chuck.
I don't. Joey's
if you want the butter and peacock method, yes,
Joey's probably better. I come up with inventive ways to do shit. Not your run of the mill.
Holy hell. This might be my favorite episode we've ever done. All right.
So they go to Dallas. Not the place Dallas. Dallas Dally Winston. Who's like, you guys need to get on the train, get off at this stop, buy enough food for 7 days, and hide out at this church that's abandoned in whatever town, Wilsonville, I don't know. And don't come out of hiding for 7 days. I'll come get you when I think it's clear. So they do that.
Yeah, to a T, really.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Johnny does a good job. He gets groceries. He makes the money go. He even gets entertainment. He gets playing cards. He gets Gone with the Wind, paperback novel. And he's like, I heard you talking about you wanting to see the movie. I thought you might like to read the book, and we got nothing to do. Maybe you'd read it out loud. And he's like, man, that's a good idea. And I said the same thing. I was like, that's a damn good idea, Johnny.
Yeah.
Pass the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they oh, by the way, these kids smoke like chimneys.
They do.
So that's how they gamble. Now,
If
I
you
do
smoke
like
more than one pack today, I'll skin you.
that's what Patrick Patrick Swayze tells him, less than a pack, kid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also,
right,
I
Jeff.
would believe that Patrick Swayze would skin him if he smoked more than in this movie. I would believe it. I would do what Derry says.
Yes, do what he says.
So they're doing this thing here. They end up cutting their hair and dyeing their hair, and C. Thomas Howell or Ponyboy ends up with blonde. His hair looks like shit, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Well, I mean,
It's supposed to look bad.
Yeah, his hair is cut by a dull blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have called Ralph Macchio that, but
yeah.
but Macchio ends up looking good out of the haircut. So
That's fair.
So Ponyboy's a good at
Didn't
haircuts.
get dyed either.
Yeah.
So why did only Ponyboy get his hair dyed? What's that about?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe Ralph Macchio, like the deep darkness of Ralph Macchio's hair, was like way too powerful for that peroxide.
Yeah, way too Italian. This is not. This is not going to be dyed. Yeah,
it ended up like karate kicking that dye right out.
It did the crane kick on the dye.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Each hair,
I totally called Ralph Macchio the stabbing kid. By the way, when I was
the stabbing kid,
the stabbing kid. Not clever, but I thought it was.
What happened?
It's fun enough. It's
like,
fun enough.
You guys mentioned this, and I want to belabor this, but I will. It's my turn.
Touche.
What happened to Ralph Macchio? Because he is really good in this movie. I've never seen him act this good after this.
Well, he was pretty. I thought he was fine in My Cousin Vinny.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a role where he was good. Karate Kid is just maybe not enough depth.
I mean, those movies are fine. He did. I think he did exactly what he was expected of him, and he sold it over 3 movies. I thought he was him
Well, it's
and
4 now.
Well, yeah,
Pat
it's true.
Morita.
Him and Pat Morita were kind
Pat
of the
Morita.
core.
I mean, Pat Morita was an Oscar nominee for the first one,
That's right.
and he's like the Obi-Wan character. Like he's the interesting one. The other one is the one we follow.
I'll tell you what I think.
The other one's
Chuck.
a sponge. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it has anything to do with his acting
skills.
chops. I just think it's his look. His youthfulness is almost uncastable in adult roles. And I just think I think he had trouble probably getting out of some typecasting, would be my guess.
Particularly in the Karate Kid, I would think.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
he's
will
still
say,
doing the Karate Kid. In
yeah,
some-
exactly,
Well, I mean,
exactly.
that's what pays the bills. I mean, go for it.
I will say I
And
have
the TV show
problems.
stuff is pretty good. I mean, it kind of wore out its welcome for me after this. Maybe
I mean, not being a huge Karate Kid fan myself, I mean, Legends he was the least of my problems.
yeah.
And he wasn't my favorite
Was his
part
daughter
of
in
it,
it?
but no.
No, so they didn't really do too much of the bleed into the TV show.
A little bit in the post credits or in the very last scene of Billy Zabka's there, but no, I mean, he's fine. He's fine.
done a lot of TV work too. I mean, he's had a pretty good career.
Okay, sorry, Ralph.
But I agree with you, Chuck. I don't think
I would have
it was
expected a
I
little
don't think
bit
it was
more.
a knock on his talent. I think it was more a knock on his persona.
Sure.
Screen persona, if you will. Yeah.
So Johnny gets Gone with the Wind too, and then they go out and have this very soft Stay Gold moment where they talk about where Ponyboy reads one of my favorite authors or my favorite poets from the late 80s, early 90s. Like, I fucking love Robert Frost.
I had to memorize this poem in boarding school.
You did? Can you remember what was said in the movie?
I can kind of remember what was said in the movie, but I can't recite the poem.
Okay.
Nothing gold can stay is I think the name of the poem, and I used to be able to recite that, and I was trying while they were saying because I immediately and I was like, oh man, I used to know this poem.
You're good. You're good. You knocked something out for a second there.
I used to know this poem, but yeah, I mean the idea they don't fully understand it when they have this conversation. They talk about holding on to these moments of that are they're important, that are meaningful, right? And they're equating it to the sunset, which is a very, that's a very apropos in the moment.
Also, did you notice that whole shot looked like it was Gone with the Wind?
Dude, yes. And honestly, like a lot of the golden hour shots in this movie are beautiful. Like that must have been painstaking to get some of that stuff, because it is really beautiful.
Yeah, especially when they're on the horizon in black and orange. Like that's a really great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're having a moment. They're having these are I don't know. I think the poignancy there too is this recognition of Johnny and of Ponyboy. It's like, wow, how do you even remember that? Like, how do you, like, there's this admiration, but there's also like this sadness of maybe that's gone for us, right?
Maybe.
Like
and in this setting where we're trying to be, like out in the country where there's normal people, and they know they're going to have to go. They know they're going to have to go back to the
Well,
so
the
instead of like
over.
a time and a place, that's kind of where they're equating it to. I think in this, and then I think Ralph or Johnny has the right of it at the end of the movie, which we'll get to, obviously.
Do you want to hear the poem? I have it right here.
Yeah, go ahead. I wish I could recite it, because man, it would be impressive. But I can't.
It would be. You'd be a real pony boy. Stay going, Jarmo.
Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf. So Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day. Nothing gold can stay.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
People should read that and The Mending Wall, especially The Mending Wall in these trying times. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one about being good to your neighbor. Which, goes beyond just the person living next door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's the collective neighbor.
Then so that beautiful kind of nice scene happens, which is probably the most melodramatic this movie is that scene, and probably rightfully so, right? Jason, would you agree in this cut? Like,
yes. Yeah, I would. And other than like towards the very, very end with the reading of the note, I'd say that gets a little bit over the top.
Yeah, that's a little over the top,
but
too.
More stylistically than anything.
Visual?
Yeah. But anyway.
So then it gets kind of weird for a minute. Something I fully do not understand happens here in a moment, and we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Totally agree.
Dallas shows up and he's like, "You guys hungry? I'm hungry. You must be fucking hungry." And he buys them. Dairy Queen apparently was a barbecue place back in the day.
Yeah, that's what Susan said too. It's like, you can get barbecue at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I believe you could, even up through to like the mid '80s. I think you could get like pulled pork barbecue and stuff. Yeah,
I don't remember barbecue at Dairy Queen when I was a kid in the '80s, but I do remember you could get a killer hot dog, and they would toast it on Texas toast, and it would be a bun made out of a slice of Texas toast. Toasted on the outside. And
now, was that a Brazers?
You could get chili on it, and it was awesome.
Was that a Brazers or a Stuckey's? I think Stuckey's had those, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
You remember they had their own little restaurant?
Dairy Queen in Charleston, West Virginia, on the west side.
It was probably a Stuckey's.
I don't remember, but it was killer.
Well, I guess maybe at that time they weren't, but I remember playing the Stuckey's game. We would drive, and every Dairy Queen would have like Brazier or whatever restaurant, and we would always call out Stuckey's for points.
I always used to say, it's Brazier.
Brazier.
I remember so my mom and I would walk to it, and we walked through the neighborhoods, and then there was this really steep staircase that came down from the neighborhood, because, really hilly neighborhoods, right?
Right.
And there's really steep staircase, and the Dairy Queen was right at the bottom of it. So it was the only like major road we had to cross to get to the Dairy Queen, and it was just like almost like this beacon of light at the bottom of the
That's
staircase
awesome.
to Dairy Queen. I was so excited every time.
Did you ever inline skate down those hills
Oh my god, no!
for half a movie?
or to
Go
or
airborne.
to fight a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Good old airborne. Jason, I get the impression that Charleston, South Carolina, West Virginia is like that town in The Keep where it's just built into a mountain.
I mean,
Do you guys have a keep there? Is there a monster in your mountains?
it is kind of like valleys and then building into sides of mountains. Yeah, I mean, it sort of.
So
is
you guys
like
have a
that.
keep there. It's an old ancient like Hebrew keep.
Yeah,
That's what it's.
we've got
never mind.
we got Scott Glenn like worming around trying to
worming
protect
around
us
in there.
from it.
Yep. Some
Is
sort
he
of
wearing a
weird
mesh?
angel thing.
Is he wearing a mesh shirt?
Yeah, he should be. Yeah, I make him better. Yeah,
Yes,
Mesh shirt. Scott Glenn is the
Yep.
best Scott Glenn.
it sure is.
pounding beers,
Yep.
riding mechanical bulls.
Talk about the. Oh my God, that scene where Travolta's hanging off the building. Jesus Christ.
Was that
Sorry.
another spit take?
Sorry.
Now, see what this movie does. This movie makes us think of the halcyon days of Film Seizure
Film Seizure?
movies.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it does.
If
It does.
only
The
it-
nostalgia is real.
Yes.
Yeah. Someday people are going to talk about this podcast, and can you please believe those three guys were on that
halcyon
together?
Man, they went on to such greater things.
I know. Once they freed themselves of each other.
Jeff Arbuckle was in Dirty Prancing.
Dirty prancing. I don't know
Chuck,
why, but I just had a vision of the pantser-sized lady.
The Panther size lady? Yeah.
Chuck went on to be in Top Bun.
Yep. Top button for sure. For sure. We can't talk about Jason's exploits after this.
It was whiskey business. Is what I gotta
Whiskey
do.
Just take those old bottles off the shelf. Pour a glass here and sit by yourself. Sorry. Okay,
Oh, Jesus.
so they go and have a sandwich, and then they go back to the church, and somehow inexplicably, it's fucking on fire with children inside of it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where a
Bonfire.
17-year-old wrote this book.
Barnfire is my last note, actually.
Because he
weirdly.
fell apart after
Yeah.
this, probably. Like, why is the fucking old church on fire? Why was there a bus there with little children? And how did
Playing
the
in an
little,
abandoned church.
why are they in there?
I mean, it's the 50s. I mean, we used to say, it was the 80s. It was the 50s.
It's a Deus Ex Machina if there ever was one.
Yes.
Because there's no reason. Yes, and it's on fire for some reason. Like when I saw it on fire, I thought, oh, one of them left a cigarette burning.
Well,
right?
there was a mind your cigarette mention in the movie, so I assume that's what started the fire.
But then why were the kids there? That was the part that I just couldn't.
My headcanon, the kids that showed up on the bus were smoking the cigarettes.
Oh, they got
And
it.
they didn't mind. Huh?
Why were there kids there in the first place?
I don't know, man. I mean, but they got in there, they found the cigarettes, and they, like these little 6-year-olds started
They
toking
wanted
up.
to like smoke one.
Yeah, and they didn't mind their cigarette, and boom.
I mean, it went up fast. If they couldn't.
Oh,
get out.
I mean, that shit is, yeah,
Okay, so
kindling.
let's just get through this. Ponyboy's like, I gotta save these kids, and he runs in, and Johnny's like, I gotta save Ponyboy, and he runs in, and Dallas is like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
What are you doing? This is a weird part of the movie. What are you doing?
We don't run in there. That's obviously gonna change things.
This is a climax of sorts.
This is the end of the second act. Do not go in there. But they do go in. They do rescue a few of the kids, get them to a window, to which Dallas pulls the window out and pulls some of the kids out. And then Johnny hears someone screaming, I think, and goes back in, and a beam falls on him. And then
It crashes through the the floor.
Yeah, beam falls through crashes through the floor. Dallas goes in and gets him out. Mm-hmm. The next thing we see, we're in a pony boy is with
the guy who from the bus.
The kids there.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's like, "You guys are heroes. I can't believe you're heroes."
He kind of looked like Glenn Shaddix. I don't know. He looked
a little bit.
He looked familiar. I don't know who he was.
But he's like, "You kids are heroes," and Ponyboy's like, "Wait till we get home, you'll find out who we really are." You know,
it was Gaylord Sertain. He's a character actor. He does look really familiar.
He looks so familiar.
He looks really.
He was
familiar.
on Hee Haw. That's Hee Haw was on all the time.
Oh, he was the Big Bopper in the Buddy Holly story.
There you go.
Really?
He was in The Jerk. He's
all over the place.
He's all over the place.
You know what sucks about The Jerk? The first line I ever want to quote from that movie is like bad for my brain.
Yeah, but it's so fucking funny.
Well, the first thing I always think of nowadays is they hate these cans. Like every time something like happens a lot to something, I say they hate these. And like the Jerk.
Now I've got to tell the story about The Jerk. So I was.
We don't, but we can.
Right, I won't.
We can, but we don't have to.
I won't. I will. I'll show some restraint.
Save it for next week.
I'll save it the next time The Jerk comes up.
Yeah,
there you go.
So,
which is going to be a lot around Jason, then, am I right?
Oh, yes. I am going
Caribbean
to Jamaica.
Jason. Caribbean Jason.
So Caribbean Jason.
Yeah,
I could have just told the story. Oh well.
Yeah, Johnny is pretty much terminal now, though, right? Like he
busted his back, as he
busted his back. He's ingested a lot of smoke. He's burnt up, and he's in the hospital. But while he's and Dallas is also in the hospital, but he's fine.
He's just got sunburns on his arms.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. He's like in there smoking and stuff.
Right. And yelling at S.E. Hinton.
And Ponyboy and Soda Pop go in there and talk to him, and they talk about the fight. And Dallas is like, "We'll do it for Johnny. Do it for Johnny."
That's perfect. Matt Dillon.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Maybe a little Kevin Dillon, but close.
I got a little too much Kevin in there. But yes, so there's one other important thing to note, and I can't remember which Soc it was, but one of the Socs, Randy tracked Johnny down and kind of expressed the same sentiment that Ponyboy and Cherry understand, right? Like, you're going to lose even if you win, because you're still going to be on that side of town, and we're not so different, really, but you're just
not so different. You and I
almost said that. You're just less fortunate. We're rich. We're rich. You're poor.
You're
poor. Suck no matter what. You're poor and I'm rich. Listen, man, you're poor.
But yeah, this is an important scene because this is the thing where it's like everybody realizes that they're kind of stuck in this perpetual cycle of you're from this part of town, you must be a greaser. If you're from this part of town, you have to be a Soc. It's not for them to change this. It's only for them to escape it.
They're actors in a play unless they leave.
Yep.
Yes, it feels exactly that. That's a good way of putting it, Chuck, because it feels like the impending rumble is just going through the motions. They've all been
it's written in the stars.
They've all been cast, and they have to go through with it. Yep.
They're all in West Side Story, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it.
Yep.
Oh man, there were times where there were a lot of times where it's like, boy, this really fees like at any minute a song is going to break out.
Yeah, I wish people
100%
snapping.
Hinton. She liked herself some West Side Story. I guess.
Oh yeah.
What was her real name?
Southeast.
Susan Eloise.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good name.
That's a good name.
Like that.
But S.E. Hinton allowed for it not to be dismissed by mail.
I figured that's why she did it.
Yeah, a lot. Yep. Absolutely.
Well, I figured.
Continues to this day.
Yep.
Okay, so that is the next thing that's going to happen. But first, Ponyboy and Cherry have to run into each other. And she has been kind of like telling them, anyone associated with the group while Ponyboy and Johnny were gone. That like, look, I know that those guys chased them into the park and they were drunk and they probably had bad intentions when they went in there, and I will help them in court.
Yes.
Yep. She was willing to testify. She told Dallas this.
Yes.
To pass along. Yeah.
Yes. And
to Johnny, that was enough. He was like, we should just go back.
Let's go back. Let's go. I gotta, we gotta pay the piper, and we gotta just say it's self-defense.
Dallas thought it was
Johnny's
crazy, and Dallas thought it was like throwing his help in his face, but Johnny was right. Like it was the right thing to
Johnny's
do.
like, I can't make Ponyboy go through this. He's innocent.
Yep. That's
like I have to take ownership of this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also,
the
Soda
fire
Pop
happens, and then they're heroes.
Yeah.
So it changes the dynamic. Yeah.
And also Soda Pop was already kind of planting the seeds of, I wish you'd come back. And in his note to Ponyboy, he's like, I wish you'd come back and turn yourselves in.
Yeah.
We can get through this, basically.
Yeah.
I love that part where Dell's like, I didn't tell anyone where you were, but Soda Pop didn't believe me, and he made me bring this note to you. Good stuff. So I don't remember the exact line, but they're talking about their differences and how it could never, work out between them. But Ponyboy's like, hey, can you see the moon rise from your side of town, from the south side of town, or north side? No, from the south side of town. She's like, yes. And he's like, you could see it from the north too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Yes. And it explains like we're both, we both see the same sky.
We're not that far apart.
Under the same. Yes, we're not that far apart. And the sky is the same thing above us or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's the rumble.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk about the rumble? Jay, do you want to talk about the rumble?
I mean,
Jay, you bring in.
I was kind of surprised that like everyone was so involved. Like even Swayze, Daryl, right?
Oh yeah, he's practically leading the thing.
Yeah. And it feels almost perfunctory. It's like they have to do it, right?
It's a pride thing.
There's a bit of sadness in that, yeah. And he's trying to be protective of Ponyboy. He's like, "You're not looking so good, Pony."
He got sick or something.
Yeah, I think he's the smoke inhalation.
It's the after effect of the fire. Yeah,
yeah. He's like kind of like he's looking a little peakish. He's sweaty. It looks very like balmy, right? Doesn't look good.
Balmy.
Yeah, just not good. He's not right.
He definitely doesn't look rich.
He's probably running a temperature.
He looks poor.
No, not rich at all. But he's like, I'll just find a little guy and fight him or something like that. Crack me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get there. The greasers are there first, and they're all like, getting a little tuned up, drinking a bit.
They're greasing out.
And I told Susan, I was like, I wouldn't mess with the greasers. Like the Socs, they ain't got nothing on these greasers. Like even if they're outnumbered, I would much rather fight the Socs. And they show up in their khakis and their button-up shirts.
Yeah.
We're just like, yeah, I would much rather fight the Socs.
Although one of the Socs lays fucking Tom Cruise low with a punch.
They
charge in, they like fucking knock him
Well,
out.
they're like, do a backflip, Cruise. He could do pratfalls pretty well.
Yeah, right.
I like have him flip and fall.
Yeah.
So you're gonna center stage, you're gonna get fucking knocked down.
But there's a but there is one guy, the leader of the Socs, who is a football player, and he knows Daryl. They used to play on the same team, and he's like, yeah, I got him. So they're like all kind of pairing up, right? And then it's just a really good brawl scene.
It's just
about the
fucking brawl.
Comes out of nowhere and starts pouring down, and like a bunch
How about
of
the terribly cut jump in of Dallas?
Yeah, Matt Dillon.
He jumps in over a car. You can have a fight without me.
That's right. That's right, because he was back in the hospital and he was like lamenting that he wasn't going to be able to be there, and then he shows up like that, like some kind of weirdo Superman.
Sorry, go ahead.
Turning the tide.
But it's Out of Limits again, isn't it, Chuck? The Marquettes, and it's so good. It's like perfect soundtrack for this. The rain comes out of nowhere. This I think was like a big set piece in the musical. Quick word about the musical. Susan said that when she went to the musical, there were young women there who had seen it several times and would catcall and scream and shout like they were seeing the Beatles.
That's awesome.
Like, she said it was kind of wild, like how much of a eye candy type presentation the Outsiders musical is. Yeah.
Well, look at all the heartthrobs that were in the movie.
I know, but they lead into that apparently in the musical.
They could have called this movie Heartthrobs and Tight Jeans.
Yep.
Yeah. She said there was a lot of that, like catcall screaming. It's pretty funny.
That's all. I love that. Yeah. I think that's great.
So it turns into essentially like if you go to like a drag show, like you get a lot of that extra energy.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. And like there were clearly, she said clearly there were people who've seen this like multiple times. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty good fight scene. Well shot, well choreographed, a lot of fun like flipping and punching and counter punching and wrestling. And then eventually though the greasers get the upper hand on it, and the Socs scurry off, and the greasers are all happy that we won, and hugging each other. But
we did it for you, Johnny.
Yep.
But Pony's kind of like beat up. I forget exactly, why did they like run off in the
Dallas rushes him off to go see Johnny.
Yeah, but why? Yeah. What was that about?
Just to go see Johnny and tell him that they won. They won. The fight.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
and they won the fight.
So
they got real fruit smoothies.
Real fruit smoothies. So they.
I'm not making the connection.
Don't worry about it, Chuck. We'll talk about it later.
So yes, that's it, right. And then they get pulled over by a motorcycle cop. I think it was a motorcycle cop.
It's probably the Venture Brothers. Sorry, go ahead.
Strong Bad.
Yeah.
But they're like, they make a whole story about, well, my buddy, Pony here, he fell off his bike. I got to get him to the hospital. And he's like, well, he's doing okay? And he's like, well, does he look like he's doing okay? Because his face is all beat up.
I'm no doctor,
but does he look okay? And Pony's kind of playing it up, like half like asleep, kind of passed out. And the cop gives him an escort to the hospital. It's awesome. So they follow the police motorcycle and they go into the hospital. Yeah, and they go see Johnny. Or no, I'm sorry. Johnny.
Yep.
And this is our big emotional moment. Who wants to talk about the big emotional moment? I mean, you cried. This is the first thing that made you cry, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck.
I don't know if I can talk about it without crying.
Oh, man.
They go in there. I can't even remember.
Oh, they had previously bought him a copy of Gone with the Wind. Did we mention that?
No. So basically,
Soda Pop got Soda Pop.
It was 2-bit. 2-bits. Like, I'll go down and get you, because like, he needs a copy of that. He liked it when I read to him. So they come back and he's been put on his back.
Yeah.
That's probably not a good sign for what's about to happen if he's broken his back. And he's like, basically just says like, hey, yeah, we did the Rumble and, we won, Johnny. We did it. And he's just like, he's like, stay gold.
Yeah.
And then
we shouldn't be fighting.
Right. So he tells him stay gold and then dies.
So really affected me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Yeah.
You don't normally see young people
die.
Yeah.
It's also a good message. It's poignant even today, especially today. Today, the day we're recording this, it's important.
Yes.
But yeah, I can understand it. He's such a likable, relatable character, Johnny. Like, Ralph Macchio's performance is super affecting throughout. And I guess like he didn't participate in a lot of like the roughhousing and like prank stuff that was going on set. Like he was like dialed in to this role. It was, I think, his first major role, and he was like, man, I gotta like pay attention. I gotta learn my lines. I gotta like figure out my character. Like he was super dialed in.
I wonder if there's any method to that, to like, I can't be in with these guys because I'm never truly in with them in the movie.
That's part of it too, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
He was like the outsider of the outsiders in some ways. Yeah.
Yes. He was
set.
Yeah. He understood morality better than a few of them, and like he knew he took care of Ponyboy in a way that his brothers couldn't. Because he could real world talk to him and not like, I have to be your elder kind of parent figure.
And it's interesting to me too that, you know, Machio in real life on set was like sort of like a couple levels above in maturity as far as how he approached the role, right?
Right.
I think that's interesting. Like he did a really good job.
Yeah. And that stay gold and do it for Johnny, I said for decades after.
Yeah.
Like, do it for Johnny stuck with me longer, I think, because I still say that.
It's so funny because I the stay gold I hear all the time, even today, and I never really connected it back to this movie, which is hysterical.
That's interesting how many revelations about this movie.
Yeah. But then that scene though, that's coming up, that's the big one for me. That's the big one. I got cracked my brain yesterday.
So let's talk about it because Dallas basically freaks out and says, I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah. What's the point in doing anything good if all you're going to end up is dead anyway?
Yeah.
Yes. And Jason, do you want to talk about it again?
Sure. Yeah, I can talk about it. So Ponyboy goes home and he tells everyone that Johnny's died, is dead, and everyone's like super upset, but he's also like, and Dallas is not doing well. Like he's gonna do something bad. He's unhinged. He's kind of crazed. Like we need to find Dallas. Like that's the immediate concern, right? And then we cut back to Dallas, and he's in the convenience store. He's rifling through magazines, just kind of like aimless, almost looking for trouble. Just doesn't know what to do with himself, and he's looking for trouble. He doesn't know how to start it either. Yeah. He's so
he's already pulled a fake gun on a doctor at the hospital
when they're leaving the hospital. That's right.
Yeah.
Like even pulls the trigger on it.
Yeah,
like that's traumatic in and of itself for that doctor. Jesus. So then, he's in this convenience store, and the convenience store owner is like, "Hey, man, you know, you got to pay for those if you're gonna read them." And he takes one and he just like rips it in half. He's like, "You got to buy that." And he's like, "This is like the thing the interaction that he needs to set him off, right?" And he goes up to him and he pulls out the gun, and he's like tells him to empty the cash register, and the cashier, he's like, he gives him the money. He's like, "I'm so sick of you kids," or "I'm so sick of this shit," and he gives him the money, and then Dallas runs out the door, but on the way out, the shop owner pulls it's a shotgun, I think, right?
Yeah, some kind of gun or
and he fires it out the door, and you don't see it hit, but you don't know that he's shot yet until a little bit later. But at this point, Matt Dillon Dallas runs, and he runs to the payphone. He's kind of stumbling a little bit, though. He stumbles into the alley, and this is that scene. This whole thing is this scene that from childhood that I could never place. It's so weird. It's surreal, honestly. It really is. And he makes a call on the payphone in the alley, and he calls Nally, Patrick Swayze.
No.
Is that right?
Gary.
Thank you. Jeez. And he tells him what's up and what's happened. And Derry's just like, "Man, you know, we're coming for you. Just like, be cool.
Meet at the park. We're coming.
Meet at the park. We're coming." Yeah. And he's like, "Okay." And then he stumbles away from the payphone, and you see like on these like white sacks or whatever in the alleyway, the blood from where he's been shot. And you're like, "Oh man, he's So he stumbles away, and now we've got like the greaser gang going to try to meet him at the park, but the cops have gotten the call about the robbery, and they're on his tail, and it all converges at the park. And Dallas, I mean, he pulls the gun. It's like, suicide by cop, basically.
Yeah.
And they gun him down. And meanwhile, the greaser gang is like too late, and they are like, no, don't. It's not even loaded, and it's just too late. Like they've killed him. Super sad, but man,
it is super sad. I assume that Dallas thought he would give the money to Ponyboy to have a better life, I think is what he was going to do with the money when he got them, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's a nice thought.
I mean, it's a nice thought. I mean, the way I kind of thought, it's like this was the only end for Dallas.
Well, that part, yes. Like he was demising himself.
Oh yeah, I mean, like right away, it's like I want to go do some crimes. It's like
he couldn't see the wisdom in Johnny's like final words, right?
Yeah. Well, because he wasn't there. He has no context for those final.
But he also just right. All he sees is that he did something good to save people and it got him dead, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the point if I go doing something bad? I might as well go ahead and punch my ticket now.
It's just total nihilism. Yeah.
I don't think the words would have meant more to him than not hearing them.
No. But as big of a gut punch as that, though, it's like 3 gut punches, because the letter that Johnny leaves is like the last big gut punch.
Yes. So real quick before that, Ponyboy is going to fail one of his classes, probably English, I'm guessing. And the teacher's like, if you can write an essay, like a good essay, I'll give you a C and pass you in class because you deserve that.
Yeah.
And Ponyboy is like uninterested in writing this essay. But he finds in the copy of
Gone with the Wind
that there's a note from Ponyboy that essentially harkens back to the Stay Gold, stuff. And he's like, it was worth it for me to save those kids' life in return for my own.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to ever change is basically the message of that. And that is what inspires Ponyboy to start the letter that's like, I had only 2 things on my mind, Robert Redford and finding a way home.
Yep.
I think, which is how the movie starts. And
but he also says
also
a bunch
how
of
the
things
book
about,
starts.
he also tells in the letter, he says multiple times about, tell Dallas it's okay. And he's like, wants to be reassuring to Dallas.
Yes. He wanted Dallas to hear these things.
Yes. I don't think that Dallas understands. And it's heartbreaking because it's too late.
It's heartbreaking, but it's also probably the one good thing that happened for Johnny, aside from saving those kids, is that he was saved the heartbreak of Dallas dying.
Fair.
Because I think that would have sent him spiraling.
That's fair.
As well.
But for Ponyboy,
he's lost them both.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah.
But thankfully he has his brothers, and I'm not sure if the last thing that happens with his brothers is in the original cut. Is there a scene where Ponyboy runs away again?
Oh,
at the end of the movie.
Okay.
So at the very end of the movie,
where does the theatrical end? Let's start there.
With the scene in the classroom where he writes that line.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But where he reads the letter, like he goes back to school. Cherry doesn't say anything to him, doesn't, barely acknowledges him. He goes into the class, he gets the offer. He doesn't have anything until he finds the letter. The letter, it's that superimposed Ralph Macchio face.
Yes.
Like reading the letter.
And it
it's so bad.
And it zooms in. It zooms in and fades out. It's so bad. Terrible.
It's so bad. And then he starts writing it. But yeah, basically it's, they go home he gets home, he tells everybody Dallas gets killed, and then it just kind of seems like there's like a time fade where it just goes forward like a week or whatever. And
So in between that,
Things
either
settle
before him reading the letter or just after, he runs away from a fight with his older brother again.
Yeah, again.
And Soda and Derry chase after him, and they have a touching moment in the park where they're like, "Hey, let's just be good to each other," kind of.
Well, actually, it's Soda who runs away because there's a fight again between.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is Soda that runs away, and he can't take it.
There's a fight between Daryl and Ponyboy again. It's like back to the beginning, right? And again, like Soda tries to get, Ponyboy tries to get Soda on his side. And Soda's like, "I've had it with both of you." He's like, I can't be in the middle," and he runs away. And they run after him. They run after him, and he explains to them, "It's like, look, I'm having just as hard a time as you guys are. It's, I don't know how to be on both of your sides. It's like I can't do it. And he tells Daryl that he needs to stop yelling at Pony, and he tells Pony, he's like, you need to realize
your brother loves you.
That your brother loves you. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be in the middle of this. And they all fucking hug it out, literally. Yeah. And that's how it ends. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
really nice moment. Yeah.
There's a funny moment, just to say real quickly, because Ponyboy's the one that tackles Soda Pop, and he's like, "You should have been in track." We're talking about how, like, these people, like the greasers or the less fortunate at this time, they would deprive themselves of things they probably could have done that they could have been good at because of their circumstances.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay. You are a middle brother. How much of this could you relate to?
Honestly, it's kind of the attacking was on me from both sides. Oh. Not quite I'm trying to make the peace.
Yeah.
Like my older brother would always defend my little brother, and my little brother always looked to his older brother
as like God. Yeah.
Yeah. So not a lot, really.
Interesting.
But even after you stabbed that one guy in self-defense
yes.
at the park?
Yes, but I also died in a tragic fire.
Yeah, okay. That'll happen.
Yeah.
That's why the ghost of Chuck is on this podcast.
That's
right. Spooky outside. Rich and poor.
He's going to do his Cameron Mitchell impersonation. Look out.
I am.
It's not
That's
really
retired.
Impersonation.
It's retired. Anyway.
Yeah, retired.
It was good.
Okay. Did we do that?
I think we did.
I mean, I will say real quick, I do think that this is an important book or movie for like a preteen to see or to read.
My kids both read it. And
did they really?
Yeah,
nice.
Yes. I think it's important. I don't think that it is a particularly, like I said, all the pieces when it's all added up. I mean, the individual pieces
it's like
are
a better after high school movie.
After school movie.
Better after school movie.
Yes, absolutely. And so it's one of those that's important, but not particularly great. Also, probably suffering from the fact that it's, I'm a 48-year-old guy.
Yeah. There's a neat little story about how this movie got made. It was a school librarian from a middle school or junior high, probably, wrote on behalf of her 7th and 8th grade students about adapting The Outsider. She said, in a letter to Francis Ford Coppola, I love this. She said, "We are all so impressed with the book, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, that a petition has been circulated asking that it be made into a movie. We have chosen you to send it to." It's like,
that's awesome.
Approximately
that's cool.
15 pages of children's signatures were attached to the letter, written in different colors. Moved by the letter, Coppola read the book and was impressed by the relationships between the Greaser kids. It brought back memories of when he had been a drama counselor working with children at a summer camp in his youth. And he decided to make the movie.
And then he decided to make all of S.E. Hinton's movie. No, I mean, or at least
he made
two.
Another one.
He made two. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Also, we cannot not mention that Tom Waits is in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's
the guy at the bar.
Door.
Yeah.
Apparently, Flea is in this,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
weird
in the
too.
Rumble. Yeah.
Yep.
and Cam Neely, which I actually thought that looks like Cam Neely, and it was Cam Neely.
That's
I just
bizarre.
found out reading
like-
this.
Yeah.
Good catch.
I mean, he was a fucking Boston Bruin, so I hated
Yeah.
those fuckers.
But
Good
he would be good for a Rumble.
he would
Yes.
be good for a Rumble.
Yes.
He probably took out his teeth.
All right, hold these. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know
No, I mean, I'm glad to have revisited it. Maybe I'll see if I can find the extra scenes online as opposed to
catch
watching it again.
Check out the. I would watch it again though. Maybe not right away, but table it in your brain. Watch it again with the new soundtrack. I think it will change some of how you feel about it. It will improve. I think it's certainly an improvement. Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
What?
Speaking of the ghost of Chuck,
Ooh.
we're celebrating him all month next month.
Yay!
We're going to have a bunch of ghosts show up. A bunch of ghosts going to come in and haunt Film
You
Seizure.
sounded Canadian there.
A bunch of ghosts.
show
A
up.
bunch of ghosts will come in here.
They'll be riding their moose, eh?
Hey. But yeah, so we got ghost movies for October to celebrate the spookiest of the spooky. And we're going to kick things off with probably the most famous of the 5 that we picked.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the
maybe.
one-
I don't know.
I mean, it made a ton. It made buckets of cash.
But there's one in there that might rival it. Rival it.
I mean, one that's pretty. I mean, the one that we end things on is that's pretty significant too. But anyway, it's Poltergeist from Tobe Hooper
Yay.
and producer Steven Spielberg, starring Coach.
Starring Coach.
And if you've listened to our Salem's Lot episode, you'll hear a story we already told again next week, probably.
It's been a long time since I've listened to that episode, so I don't know.
I mean, there's no insane workout outfit.
No, Tobe Hooper directed that too, right? As I remember it.
Yeah, he
And we talked about how Spielberg.
Oh, do we talk about that already?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it again.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
probably have to talk about it. We're going to have to, yeah. So anyway, October 1st, Get Spooky was Film Seizure. Film Spooky.
Spoopy.
Spoopy! And join us for Poltergeist. Not Poltergaze, which Jason accidentally watched.
It is Indian, which is so funny.
It's Indian?
It was an Indian film, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, then it might mean something completely different.
I don't think so.
And now for something completely different.
Anyway, so Poltergeist next month starts off the whole month of spooky. October 1st, go to filmseizure.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes, find out where you can also subscribe to the various places where podcasts can be found, which also include sometimes our podcast. I mean, maybe don't go there to subscribe to our podcast, but go there to listen to the other ones that are available. Also at filmseizure.com, this upcoming Monday, we got a new episode of Monster Mondays. I've got the 1953 version of House of Wax.
Nice.
Speaking of Charles Bronson, he's in that.
And Paris Hilton.
He's
And
in
Paris
Wax.
Yeah, he's
Paris.
Igor.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very early role for Charles Bronson. Anyway, so that is on Monday at filmseizure.com. This upcoming Friday at my website, bmovieanima.com, it's another Norman J. Warren joint. I'm almost out. This is the penultimate review of a Norman J. Warren movie, Loving Feeling.
Did you ever get that
kind
book?
of a decent movie.
You got
Yes,
that
I
book,
do.
right?
I got it right over here.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is at my website, bmovieanima.com. And I think that's about it. Until next week, when things get ghostly spooky around here, I am Cider Boy Arbuckle.
I'm Chota Popmore.
I'm Jason Oliver. And stay gold, Film Seizure. Stay gold.